Sup, gamers? It's your boy Hyrulian here with another podcast. And I'm an epic gamer. And as such, I need an epic gamer drink in an epic gamer shaker cup. And I gotta be honest with you, I used to be very addicted to energy drinks. And recently I've kind of gone down to only having like one or two a week, really. But recently, a small YouTuber that I like to watch occasionally named Habby147 got a GamerSupps cup. And honestly, I had been eyeing GamerSupps for quite a while back when I used to drink energy drinks more often as an alternative to the energy drinks that I was drinking at the time, because of the fact that it had like zero sugar and basically was just caffeine and weird chemicals. And that to me seemed better than my Mountain Dew Kickstarts, which were my poison of choice at the time. But anyway, in today's podcast, I am going to try 4 different flavors of GamerSupps that I have gotten as sample packs with my cup that I purchased to support Habby147. So we're going to do a little bit of a GamerSupps taste test, so to speak. I'm going to give my honest opinion on all of the flavors that I received in the box, and yeah, we're going to see if I like it or not. But yeah, I really do want to emphasize I am not the energy drink guy that I once was, and I'll mostly be comparing these drinks to Mountain Dew Kickstart Black Cherry, which was my previous energy drink favorite, and I also tried Gamer Fuel or G Fuel one time, and I really did not like it. Honestly, I could never shake the cup enough to get the grittiness out of the beverage. Like the powder left this grittiness in the drink, and I'm not talking like right foot creep, I'm talking like, ew, there's chunks of powder in my drink while I'm drinking it and I feel them in my throat. And I really did not like G Fuel very much. And even the canned ones, honestly, none of the flavors ever really called out to me. So I'm excited to see if GamerSupps will surprise me and make me come back around to energy drinks, especially energy drink packets like this. But let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about here is the actual cup I received. One, it's a lot bigger than I was expecting. The G Fuel cup that I got when I tried that out was way smaller. And 2, I want to mention that I honestly am being 100% serious when I say I did not purchase a waifu cup because I wanted a waifu cup. I have not really watched anime seriously in a long time. And if I was going to pick out a waifu cup, this probably wouldn't have been my favorite art out of all of the ones on the website. But of course, I'm serious when I say that I wanted to support Habby147. So, but the cup I got is his cup, and it's got a pink lid, and it's got a like World War II soldier anime character on it, who is very fucking jacked. And to the left of the art is some Japanese text, which my friend who's learning Japanese translated for me to say smooth brain, which is what Habby147 calls his subscribers, his viewers. He calls them the smooth brains or whatever. And yeah, it's a nice little bit of art, I guess, with lots of little references to Habby147's like YouTube stuff. But other than that, this is probably not my favorite art I've seen on any GamerSupps cup. I've definitely seen some that I like more. But the cup feels pretty high quality. I think it probably feels more high quality than my G Fuel cup, but I gotta be honest, I threw that bitch away after I realized I wasn't going to like the flavor of any G Fuel that I purchased. So, but yeah, those are my thoughts on the cup itself. Now let's actually get into making a drink. So the very first flavor I tried for this little experiment was none other than the GamerSupps Shy Lily VTuber collaboration Blowhole Blast. And honestly, I would consider this a tropical punch of sorts. According to the website, this is a blend of mango, coconut, and passion fruit flavors with a hint of lime. And if you know nothing about me, you should probably at least know that I fucking hate coconut flavored things. I am not a coconut flavor enjoyer, and honestly, I go out of my way to avoid anything featuring coconut. So, needless to say, I should not have looked that up beforehand because I went into this one being greatly concerned that I was about to taste something that I didn't like. But honestly, though, I was very surprised. The flavor is actually not that bad. I would say that it tastes like a tropical Kool-Aid. Very, very, very sweet, honestly. I was shocked at how sweet it is for the fact that it doesn't contain any sugar. And you mostly get all of the other fruits and then a hint of the coconut at the end. And honestly, it's not the most obnoxious coconut flavor I've ever tasted. And, it was kind of pleasant. It wasn't that bad. It reminds me of a nice beach day. Not that I've ever been to the fucking beach, but I imagine this is what a beach day would be like. And honestly, this was the first one I tasted, and I really mean it when I say it was so sweet. These GamerSupps packets boast having no sugar, sugar-free right on the back of the packet here. And honestly, it tastes like a Kool-Aid, like a proper sweet Kool-Aid, like super duper sweet for the fact that it has no sugar. It's not like super over the top in your face, at least in this flavor, too sweet, but it's, pretty damn sweet for not having any sugar whatsoever. So overall, not too bad. I was feeling like a 7 out of 10 on the Blowhole Blast. Now, next up is the pineapple cocktail flavor. And honestly, I've never drank a real pineapple cocktail, so I was kind of left open to interpretation on this flavor. I have no idea if it tastes like a real pineapple cocktail or not, but to describe my thoughts about this flavor in 2 words, overwhelmingly pineapple. It's seriously so pineapple-y. If you enjoy pineapple, you're definitely going to like the pineapple cocktail flavor. And this one is very, very sweet. I would say this is much sweeter than the Blowhole Blast. And it tastes very artificial as well, if that makes sense. It doesn't taste like real pineapple. It tastes like artificial pineapple. And again, I kind of was thinking like almost like if pineapple Kool-Aid was a common thing. I don't know if it is or not, but it tastes very artificial. It almost tastes like the pineapple juice from a can of pineapples, if you've ever drank that before. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, kind of a niche thing to say, but that's kind of how I was feeling about the pineapple cocktail. It wasn't bad though, really. I enjoyed it, and the last drink was like quadruple the amount of pineapple of the already overwhelming pineapple of the rest of the drinks. So overall, this one was more like a 6 out of 10, but I did enjoy it for what it's worth. And honestly, maybe if I diluted it with a little bit more water, then I would have liked it a little more. But I was trying to keep it to the exact instructions for each of these sample packs to give them each a fair shot at, being enjoyable by me. Now, I thought it would be fun for this next flavor to actually try it live and get my live impressions of it. So this one here is the titty milk flavor. And that's right, folks. That's GamerSupps titty milk going in. Okay. So this one is supposedly white peach flavored, and I'm getting a decent amount of that. I tried making this one earlier, and for some reason I was just grossed the fuck out by it. I don't know what was wrong with me that day. I would say I'm less grossed the fuck out right now and more just kind of feeling meh about it. I'm feeling kind of like a 5 out of 10 on this one. Honestly, it's a lot less sweet than the other ones so far that I've tried, and that's, a good thing. I quite like that. I just don't think I'm a huge fan of the white peach flavor in general. I love peach flavoring in my tea and things like that. But this kind of tastes like I had someone wring out a peach and then put some water in it and stir it, and then I'm drinking it. And I don't mean that in a it tastes realistic kind of way. I mean that more in like a this tastes a lot like a peach, but not in a super good way, if that makes sense. Let me take another drink here. Yeah, honestly, it's not bad. I'd say it's on par or maybe a little bit worse than the pineapple cocktail for sure. It's a lot more subdued. If you want to try a more subdued flavor, the titty milk is definitely the way to go. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the titty milk live reaction. Okay, and our last flavor, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000. The GamerSupps The Russian Badger collaboration. This flavor had me very concerned. If you look up the art for this flavor, there's a guy crying on the fucking packet. And needless to say, if this tasted like guacamole, I was probably not going to come out the other side of this taste test feeling okay. Thankfully, I tasted it and it tastes like green apple. And upon further inspection, that seems to be the flavor that they actually put in here rather than guacamole. And I gotta say right off the gate, it would be really funny if they actually made a guacamole flavored one at some point just to troll people. But that's neither here nor there. This one was definitely more subdued than pretty much any other flavor I had tried. I don't know if I accidentally put too much water in it, but even if I did, I think the flavor profile of this one is a lot less pronounced. And I was kind of vibing with it. Honestly, I'm a big water person, so give me just water and I'll be very happy. Give me water that tastes a little bit like something funky, and I'll be a little less happy, but I'll still probably be happy. And honestly, that's kind of how I was feeling about this one. I wasn't sure if I really liked it at the first swig, but I think this ended up being my favorite flavor out of all of the different ones that I tested. Honestly, it had a decent amount of sweetness without being too overwhelming. And it almost made me think that the rest of the flavors that I had tried up until this point kind of tasted like candy every single time I was taking a drink. Like, I didn't realize how overly sweet the other ones were until I tried this one. And it really made me think that maybe I just added too much water. And when I go for my second go around, because I have two of each packet to try, maybe I just need to add a little more water each time to the other drinks and I might like them more. But either way, I was shockingly feeling quite positive about this one. And I think out of all of the flavors I got, this was probably the one that I enjoyed the most. So yeah, that's Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000. My favorite GamerSupps flavor so far. So for this next segment, I'm going to go through the GamerSupps website here, and I'm going to talk about some of the flavors that I didn't get to try and kind of say if I'm interested in trying them or not. And the very first one I see when I look at the website at the time of recording this is a flavor just called Good. And it's for Smitty. It's a collaboration with GamerSupps and Smitty. And apparently it's like a cherry candy or a cherry slushy. And I really enjoy cherry slushies, so maybe I'd like that one actually. So that seems like an interesting flavor. There also seems to be a strawberry lemonade flavor, which I probably would like as well. And it looks like there's a couple sus looking ones here as well. So let's see what these are. We have Anime Girl Thigh and Brand Risk. So let's see what those are quickly. Okay, so Anime Girl Thigh seems to be orange creamsicle. And I kind of like orange creamsicle. I'm not like a super big fan of it or anything, but that certainly seems like one that would be interesting to try. And I honestly think that there's a lot that I'd be interested in trying. I just don't think the sample pack I got had some of the better flavors for me to try. Oh, okay. So the brand risk flavor is apparently a peach mango flavor, and it's a GamerSupps Pay Money Wubby collaboration. I used to watch Pay Money Wubby, and honestly, I like a lot of peach mango tea drinks from a coffee shop near my house, and yeah, maybe that one would be interesting to try as well. Okay, and I'm also seeing a cherry limesicle, which honestly I really like cherry limeade stuff, so I probably would like that one too, obligatory. Oh my god, and this one's called Grandpa's Ashes, and apparently it's a raspberry cream. What the fuck? Okay, that one's kind of got a weird name. I don't know if I can get behind that. And this one's another YouTuber collaboration for somebody named JFJ. And it's called Snake Oil, and apparently it's like an apple pie flavor. So maybe if you like something like that, you would like that. But I don't think I would fuck with an apple pie flavored drink, honestly, myself. Now, this one caught me off guard because it's called Lean, and the actual container has Joe Biden, the current president of the United States, on it. And apparently, this is a collaboration with the Group Chat podcast, whoever that is. And it's apparently a peach tea lemonade flavor, which I love peach tea lemonade. So maybe I would like that one as well, honestly. A lot of these flavors are sounding really, really good. Okay, and I'm just going to rapid fire list off some of these other ones here because I didn't realize there's 4 pages of flavors. There's an Arctic Cooler. There's a flavor just called Blue, which I respect. There's a black cherry flavor, which I love black cherry. As I mentioned, the Mountain Dew Kickstart black cherry was my go-to energy drink. Dragon Fruit Punch, Lemon Limeade, Lemonade, Lychee, Mango Meta, just one for peach tea, Red Raspberry, Watermelon Ice. There's a grape flavor. Now let's see, this one is interesting. This one is a collaboration between GamerSupps and Stephen He, and it's the emotional damage flavor. I'm not going to do the bit. And apparently it's strawberry and peach. So yeah, that's a basic rundown of some of the flavors that I didn't get to try. Honestly, I think the sample pack I got was pretty much all of the flavors that I would have not chosen if I was able to pick out the packets myself. So now I'm in the dilemma that each of these tubs cost $40 and are 100 servings. So it doesn't really make sense to try any of these for $40. If I'm going to buy this for $40, try one and be like, oh, this fucking sucks, and then just be out $40. So at the end of the day, that really is the dilemma I'm facing. I liked these flavors enough that I am interested in trying some ones that I know for a fact I would be more of a fan of the flavor of. But since the sample pack just came with a bunch of flavors I don't like and they don't sell small packets on their website, I'm kind of shit out of luck. I got to take a gamble on a $40 tub of 100 servings of a drink that I might not like, or I just got to not buy any. And honestly, I haven't really been feeling energy drinks recently anyway, so I don't know if I'm going to buy any more, unfortunately. A lot of these other flavors do sound quite interesting, and honestly, I would be down to check them out if I could buy not a huge-ass tub. Honestly, just sell the sample packets for each of your flavors, and I'll buy them. Even if they're kind of expensive for one packet, I'll buy, a bunch of different flavor packets so I can try them all before I spend $40 on one tub. It really is a bummer that I can't try more flavors. And if caffeine's not your thing and you're just looking for a fun little drink, I guess they also do have caffeine free for the GamerSupps as well, which is nice. I am not really doing too much caffeine recently, so that would be a good option for me as well. But again, I'm not, I'm not going to sit here and buy a $40 tub of a flavor that I may or may not like. I really wish I had the option to either choose which flavors I could sample or go ahead and buy packets of different flavors. Hopefully they get to that at some point. I almost wonder if it's like kind of a like shitty marketing tactic to sell more of their tubs to people, because I'm not going to roll the dice on a $40 tub of GamerSupps. So, it is kind of a bummer. But other than that, some things I wanted to mention as well as I click through their website here. They just introduced GamerSupps, which are like ramen noodles, I guess, and also they have tea. And apparently they also have sus snacks, which I think are like granola bars, chocolate bars, something like that. So they've got a lot of different stuff going on. But honestly, the main thing I can say for certain is I liked the flavor of these a lot more than I liked the flavor of the G Fuel that I tried. It really is just such a bummer that I can't try more flavors without committing to a whole ass tub. Because I 100% would. I would buy packets for a couple bucks each to try some of the other flavors that I might actually like. So that's kind of some of my main thoughts about GamerSupps itself. So yeah, anyway, folks, that is my thoughts on GamerSupps and the sample pack that I received. Overall, I really want to emphasize your experience with this may vary. I have been kind of out of the caffeine game for quite a while now. I am nowhere near as addicted to caffeine as I once was. So maybe my opinion doesn't really matter. I mean, at the end of the day, too, this company's whole advertising and brand is centered around anime, and I have not been a dedicated anime watcher in quite a while either. So maybe I'm just not the target demographic for this. But my main takeaway from trying this GamerSupps stuff is that it's actually very acceptably flavored for the fact that it is sugar-free. I have no idea what other chemicals are in here, and I know for a fact that none of these flavors are tested by the FDA, which is always a little bit concerning. But overall, I think I enjoyed my time trying GamerSupps. And if they ever do drop some sort of a build your own sample pack type deal where I can buy a couple different flavors of packets to try out, maybe we'll have a little bit of a part 2 to this podcast. But either way, I should also probably mention that this is not sponsored. I just tried this to support a small YouTuber that I really enjoy watching. So yeah, go check out Habby147, especially if you like VR content. But either way, folks, I'm working on more podcast stuff that hopefully you'll be seeing very soon. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on GamerSupps. Have yourselves a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next episode of whatever the fuck this podcast is at this point, because it's kind of gone off the rails. Bye-bye.